everybody, this is Dr. Joseph P. Farrell, and this is Thursday, June 23rd. It's hot. It's Thursday, June 23rd. This is news and views from the Nefarium, and as you can see, I've got new headphones. I can actually hear myself over these, and I have one very quick announcement, and then I have some comments that came up on the NASA Bolden speech that I want to alert everybody to in case you're not following that story on the website, because some of the comments were very interesting. Anyway, what I wanted to announce was tomorrow I am planning to continue with the members only vid chat tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock Central Time. I will be in a special video conference during most of the day with Carrie Cassidy and John Carl Kalaman and Keith Hunter and Andrew, I forget his name, and then Richard Hoagland and myself with Project Camelot. This is only my second appearance with Project Camelot, so I don't really know what to expect. I've never done one of these video conferences before. I'll be there kind of to lend my voice, to certain aspects of the scenario I think that have a very kind of interesting ancient perspective if you look at it closely. But anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I hope I'll see some of you there. That will be starting at 1 o'clock Central Time, and we're planning to run for about 3 to 4 hours, so say from 1 o'clock to 4 or 5 o'clock Central Time. That will give me enough time to take care of certain things, and then I'll be doing my members only vid chat. If I show up a little late for the members only vid chat, please give me a little latitude there, but I am planning to do it. If I should for any chance foresee that I won't be able to make it on time or give enough time, I'll post a notice on Facebook, so keep checking my Facebook. Alright, anyway, the NASA Bolden story where he was giving the preparedness speech, I got some rather interesting comments. And there's two comments in particular I want to comment about and then talk a little bit further. One fellow by the name of John Norris on the website said this, quote, "Since the global smarming hoax has not done well, it may be time for them to try the alien card. It is interesting that much of what Carol Rosen has said that she was told by Von Braun is floating around in various forms," and that's quite true. "You can bet that the elites are monitoring the receptivity of the public on the various scenarios which they might use for the final plunge: aliens, asteroids, and global smarming. From time to time, there are clusters of movies and speeches that come out around these various topics. Of course, the slips themselves are probably part of the plan: create anticipation and have the alternative community start buzzing with speculation about the hidden meaning of such things. They're also watching to see if anything gets traction in that arena." And that's very interesting. I think that's true because it is a technique, and that's one of the things I wanted to comment on. It is a technique of social engineering that you anticipate how people are going to analyze the memes or thought forms that you put out into society. And that's going to be one of the things I think that we're going to be talking a bit about in that Project Camelot video conference tomorrow. So there's that comment, and then this really very interesting one. "I have been thinking that the phony alien invasion scenario will be used as the final sleight of hand trick to install the world government. After so much work over such a long period, it makes a sick kind of sense that if this could and would be used to misdirect our emotions, it is my feeling that at the same moment the world is mobilizing together, the last thing anyone would expect would be this behind-the-scenes maneuvering to finally and completely install their world government. Let's all hope that Joseph is right, that as this moment draws nearer and nearer, cracks are appearing in the facade of their plans." And then a final comment from a lady named Bonnie. She says this, "Well, we have had for our viewing pleasure," and this is the comment that really drew me up short, "we've had for our viewing pleasure over the last few months the event, Falling Skies, plus the movie channels rerunning Independence Day and Battlefield Earth, just to name a few. Even Sanctuary is getting in on the act," that's the series on sci-fi, "with Invasion from Hollow Earth. Getting people to use the idea of invasion and taking out a large number of the population, just a thought." Now, that's interesting to me because I'm sure you've all noticed, I've noticed this too, that as we have Comet Elenin going on, we have the asteroid, I think it's YU-55 with some very weird, peculiar numbers. We've got that going on. And now on television, we have, exactly as Bonnie says, we have V being rerun, that kind of cheesy science fiction series from the 1980s. We've got The Event. We've got Falling Skies, which is the new series that just started up with Steven Spielberg as the director. And it's interesting that this Spielberg series on the theme of alien invasion is different from the last series he did for sci-fi, which was the series called Taken, which, if you'll recall, was a friendly aliens are down here abducting people and genetically engineering mankind, and then they finally take a little girl that's played by, oh golly, I can't even remember her name now. You all know who she is. But anyway, it's interesting to me that the Steven Spielberg series have flipped the roles of the aliens. You'll notice that there's a theme that's being hammered home in all the recent television versions of this alien invasion theme, and that is that they are not friendly. Now, I'm going to suggest a scenario, and I want to get everybody's comments on it. What if you are the elite and you know that the cavalry is returning, that the police, so to speak, are showing up again, and you happen to know that they're not too happy with the way you have governed the world in their absence? If you're the elite, in my opinion, what you would want to do is portray these returning cousins, if indeed that scenario is true. Let's assume it is for the sake of argument. There are lots of ways to interpret what's going on right now, that it's all fake, it's all a hoax, and that personally is my interpretation, folks. But let's assume it is true. Let's assume that the cousins are showing back up. In my opinion, the elite, in order to maintain themselves in power, regardless of the actual intentions of the cousins, the elite would want to portray them as bad people. All right? And let's be honest, if we take what I've written about from the ancient texts seriously, if we accept that the stories they talk about of the ancient Anunnaki that came and genetically engineered man, if we accept for the sake of argument that those stories actually happened, then we also have to accept the descriptions of their behavior. And in those texts, those people are not a group of people that are terribly friendly. They're genocidal, they have the same emotions, inclinations, the same good behavior and the same bad behavior as human beings do. So they may or may not be friendly. That's my point, that it was not all jonquils and daisies. Anyway, that is news and views from the Nefarium for Thursday, June 23rd, 2011. I might be back with another fireside chat later this weekend. That depends on the news. The news is unfolding so quickly, folks, it's hard to keep up with it all. So I might be back. Like I say, I do have a long day tomorrow, and I hope to see everybody there for the members-only vid chat and the Project Camelot conference. Anyway, see you on the flip side, everybody.